my second performance ever, and my second performance here. Love Brooklyn. Love Brooklyn, that's why I always come back from the Bronx, so. I reminisce about those concrete sidewalks. My hands yearn to play handball on those ghetto park sidewalks in that gated gray grand old handball court where growing up we played tag and created forts. We hid behind the walls in the looming dark afternoon shadows, our sweat stinging our eyes as we dashed back and forth, our feet sparkling up with every stomp, which I think we had light-up sneakers for. Our smiles restrained as they forced themselves upon our face, the bandages on our knees protecting our old scrapes. The sun never seemed to set, and those long afternoons led to 9 p.m. We would play until our moms had to shout over Big Pun's capital punishment. Playing so loud from the cool cat with the dope car from which he hustled his capricious crack cocaine. Sometimes I pretended not to hear my mom as she calls over the intercom in vain. I was addicted to the injection of the sounds in my eardrum, and 97 was Biggie's introduction to his martyrdom. I would hear the greatness of Biggie blasting through my speakerphone, blaring and blasting and ballistic like bullets with the sounds of the dopest lyrics ever thrown. I sang along to Nas's rhymes, especially that line in New York State of Mind. Bullet holes left in my peephole, I'm suited up in street clothes, hanging out another peephole. This is back when she had conscience. She was never monstrous or obnoxious, since her gimmick was none and her message was imperially subliminal. She's changed so much, her garments resemble the prototype of her ridicule. Can we go back to those Bronx summer nights? Sitting in front of my building, talking and laughing under the silver stars, streaming lights on those steamy nights, spitting words lyrical and sublime on those bars. I always sat back hoping it would never stop. The sound, the flow had my head going to the old school 90s beatbox bop. Here I was, 4 years old and already in love with hip hop.
Yeah, man.
Alright, I performed that last time. I got some new content for y'all. And then I'll get off your floor. So. And why we're so afraid of death, it troubles me because my generation seems to forget that the only guarantee we have in this life is that we're all gonna perish. We're born to die, but don't buy all them lines. We only live once, that is not our motto. You've only got one chance to live, so take a swig of that bottle and hope to drown all your sorrows and filter out your problems like the nectar in a sieve. Cause life ain't always sweet like sugar, and yeah, sometimes life's a bitch, and most of the time you gotta fuck her. But girl, don't resort to the venom that you cook in the cooker, shoot it up in your veins, and that Taino folklore will appear in the form of the cuckoo. Baby girl, don't let it cook. And don't take off your clothes in front of that cam just for a few niggas to like your pics on Instagram. All of that was part of society's scam to spam you and deprive you of the promised glamour and fame. The glitz is missing while you stuck with all the shame. So you lose it all, and you sell your soul to the luring eyes of men. Temptation ain't a sin until she traps you and you fall in. An empty shell, just a body. When will you open up your eyes and see that, just like J. Cole said, your brain don't match what your ass got? That's the time in your intellect before you reach to inject plastic silicone in the vague image of yourself. Reach for a book on that shelf before you put that fake ass to sale. Gut your insecurities the way we do Dutches. Throw them in the trash and ignite them with matches. Learn a few things and inhale the intelligence. I've come to free you like Moses in the book of Exodus. So step into your element and don't be part of the mass suicide of this generation's image of women.